Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, and coming up here, we're going to be looking at minicamp winners and losers. Before I go through my list, today's show is presented by Aura. I just want you guys to be smarter on the internet. I know you use it a lot. Make sure your accounts, make sure your passwords are safe and secure. So go to aura.com/chatsports. Get started. It's a 14-day free trial. If you don't like it, it doesn't cost you anything, but I know this. I want you to be safer on the internet. So what you guys are going to be seeing today is some winners and losers from the Raiders minicamp practices over the past 3 days, June 7th to June 9th. And usually when I do these shows, people are like, how can you have losers? That's part of the gig. So I try to be a nice dude. You're going to get 8 winners and only 5 losers. The first name coming up here is Alex Leatherwood, who has been working mainly at right tackle for the Raiders. Brandon Parker took most of the snaps on day 2, but from what it sounds like, Leatherwood is clearly the better player, and he's been looking better at right tackle. I like the fact that he's getting more of the first-team reps, and one of the things that he said after day 2 practice was he's improving his technique, and then he's being violent, where last season he was just trying to be violent with his hands and not worrying about his lower body, which my biggest knock on Leatherwood was the fact that his feet look slow. It seems to me like Carmen Basillo is working with him a little bit. So here at Chat Sports, we are a competitive company. I mean, imagine you hanging out with all your friends. It's just dudes being dudes is how I like to explain this. So we are doing a challenge for the month of June. Which Chat Sports YouTube channel can get the most likes? I hate losing, and right now, I am in 3rd place, so I need you guys to like this video. Every video you see the entire month, even if you don't like the content, it helps me out. Drop us a like. We are behind the Cowboys Report. We are behind Chat Sports. It's driving me nuts, and Bears Now host Harrison Graham, he's getting a little too close for my comfort. So if you're a diehard fan, if you love this show, please like the video. Let's go to the next name here for my Raiders minicamp winners. It's John Simpson, who a few months ago I said no chance Simpson is going to start a single game for the Raiders. Well, guess what? He's been working with the ones, and he has been getting the reps at left guard, which I would go ahead and say he is taking advantage of the fact that Denzelle Good is battling an injury, missed all 3 days of mandatory minicamp. On top of this, Dylan Parham's been working behind Simpson. Parham's also been working at center, and he's been working at right guard. What it kind of sounds like, it's either Denzelle Good or John Simpson at left guard. Right now, Simpson is clearly winning the battle. So, guys, I started the show off by telling you about Aura, and I've been talking about this new sponsor a bunch, and I am excited to finally be partnering with them. Financial fraud protection, identity theft protection, online and device security, family plans to protect up to 5 people. Get yourself a 14-day free trial at aura.com/chatsports. And when I always talk about this sponsor, I always feel like people are like, Mitch, I'm not going to get my identity stolen. Well, it happens literally every single 14 seconds. And I would say this to anyone who's watching right now. Have you shared your Netflix password with anyone? If the answer to that is yes, then that person who you shared your Netflix password with is also putting you at risk. How many accounts do you have? Think about all the accounts you have on your phone. Do you have a different password for every single one? My guess is going to be no. Did you think by putting an exclamation point at the end of your password, or a question mark, or the number 69 was going to be the reason why that internet hacker wouldn't get you? We're all there. We're all in that same boat. All I'm saying is this. Be smart with your money. Be smart with your content. Be smart with all the accounts that you have. And Aura is going to help you do that. So please, try out the 14-day free trial. It's free. Aura.com/chatsports. Sign up. Get started. I just want you to be more safe and secure on the internet. That's all. Or else, Denzel Perryman's going to come at you, and he's the next winner on today's show around minicamps. Winners and losers. One of the things that I heard that Raiders linebacking coach had to say was Perriman is the clear leader on defense. And he didn't go out right and say that he's the quarterback of the defense, because I still think Crosby's the team captain, but he's been helping out a lot of the young players. One of my favorite notes is people were like, how the hell is this guy wearing a beanie and it's 105 degrees every single day, which, yes, I get. But also there's early, we'll call them rumors, that Denzelle was not going to fit in Patrick Graham's system. Perriman wasn't going to be a good fit with Josh McDaniels in this overall versatility defense. From what I've heard, He looks comfortable. We know he's the best run stopper. The fact that he's taken on a leadership role makes him a winner in my book. The next winner here, it's Maxx Crosby. And I saw this beat report, if you will. It said, Crosby looks better than he ever has before. I also say this is the time of the year that it's hype season, best shape of life. But Chandler Jones apparently has been making him a lot better. Max is going to be the face of the defense. He's going to be one of the faces of this franchise. And his hard work and work ethic, I've also been told, is inspiring a lot of these younger players. Because, hey, if Crosby, a fourth-round pick, can do it, why the hell can't I? If you bleed silver and black, if you love the Raiders, if you're womb to the tomb, if you say Raider Nation for life, if you scream Raiders, I think those are all the analogies I can think of. Hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 115,000 subs. We are the #1 most watched Raiders channel on YouTube because I got that commitment to excellence. We've had a video on this channel every single day for, I'm going to say, going all the way back to 2018. 3 years, it's pretty impressive. So if you're just a fan looking for free videos, I got you covered. Hit that sub button. This next winner makes me really happy, man. It's Amik Robertson. And according to reports, he's been impressing coaches. Versatility, versatility, versatility. You're going to hear that word 1,000, maybe 1,000,000 times this offseason. And you've heard it in the past as well. Amik is showing great versatility not only on the inside but also on the outside. And one coach was quoted saying that his competitive nature is contagious. The next winner here for the Raiders minicamp, Rock Ya-Sin. Las Vegas traded away Yannick Ngakoue, who a lot of us fans, we enjoyed watching him. But you needed a cornerback one. Sounds like you got a true cornerback one, whether it's going to be Rock Ya-Sin or whether it's going to be Nate Hobbs. Defensive back coach Jason Simmons couldn't stop ranting and raving about him after day 3 practice. Called him a pro's pro. I told y'all, when the Raiders made this trade, you're going to like Rock Ya-Sin a lot. The fact that he's been a sponge, the fact that he's been trying to learn, the fact that he's just trying to embrace the role of being a cornerback one is something that I like a lot. The next name on our list of minicamp winners here for the Raiders, Davante Adams. You can tell that him and Derek Carr are like straight out of the Step Brothers movie. They are best friends, putting their balls on each other's drum sets. I mean, it's really fun to watch out there, and he's looked as good as what it's expected. On day 3, the offense and the defense, they were going up against each other, and apparently it was super competitive, and Carr, from what it sounds like, was just peppering Adams with targets. I love seeing this. I also love hearing that Adams is taking on this fatherly role with some of these other receivers. Him and Hunter Renfrow are going to be one hell of a dynamic duo. The final mini-camp winner, Josh McDaniels, the Raiders head coach. Brandon Bolden, who has spent multiple years with McDaniels over in New England, said that McDaniels is starting to become more stern in terms of how he relays his messages to some of the players. My biggest knock on McDaniels was the first time he was hired as a head coach in Denver. He was a kid. He was immature. And I believe he would say the exact same thing. So the fact that players are doing push-ups, running laps, just doing extra drills in 105-degree weather when they don't get something right, that is a good sign that McDaniels is instilling in these players to take more accountability, to be grown men. So the fact that the players want to be treated like grown-ups, and just because they're millionaires or just because somebody like Davante Adams, Chandler Jones has a big-time contract, they want to be treated like everyone else. That is a good job, so applauding Josh McDaniels a lot on this one. So here are my 8 winners so far. You could probably also throw in Nate Hobbs in this list. There's a lot of winners if I'm being 100% honest. But here are the 8 ones that I know for a fact from what I've heard. Leatherwood, John Simpson, Denzel Perryman, Maxx Crosby, Amik Robertson, Rock Ya-Sin, Davante Adams, and Josh McDaniels. So what's the Raiders Report all about? It's the interaction. Those were my 8 winners. Have you heard something different? Do you follow another show? It's all good. I don't mind. Name a player who you think is a mini camp winner. When you have winners and losers, now it's time to get into the losers, which is usually where y'all start to hate on me a little bit, but it's okay. It's part of the gig, and I'm ready for it. The first mini camp loser I have, which I'm just going to say it outright, a lot of the losers you see on today's show are simply because they haven't been out there, and a lot of other players have been practicing well. It's Josh Jacobs. Missed all 3 days of minicamp, missed both of the weeks so far for OTAs, and Jacobs has been in the building, which is good, but according to reports, there's no injury. And if there is no injury, I don't think it's that good of a look for Josh, who had his 5th-year decline, for the Raiders who drafted Zamir White. from all reports, it's clear that Jacobs is the best back in the room and he's the top guy. But if you're seeing all these other reports that these other players want to be treated as such, and Derek Carr's out there, Maxx Crosby's out there, Chandler Jones is out there, my question is, if Josh is healthy, why isn't he? For that, I made him a loser. Let's go to the next group here, and I'm just going to throw an entire defensive tackles, which this makes me a little bit nervous because I feel like I'm going to see Hankins on Saturday, and he's going to beat the shit out of me for putting the DTs as a loser. But Hankins and Bilal Nichols, your top two DTs, they haven't been practicing. They haven't been out there for mandatory minicamp. And I was told by a source that it's right now the weakest unit so far, which doesn't totally surprise me without those two players there, because then you also got two rookies. I will also say this. This might be surprising. These guys are 300 pounds. It's 105 degrees. Big boys get tired when it's 105. It's one of the biggest reasons why the Raiders went from outside on day 3 to inside. It's 105 degrees. Now, it's going to be like 115 degrees on Saturday, and if you're in Las Vegas, come over to Barcode Burgers, where I'm going to take on and take down Johnathan Hankins in a competitive burger eating contest. Ticket prices to get in, $20. These proceeds, they go to the Just One Project. So from 1 to 4, you're going to be hanging out with me, hanging out with several Raiders players. There's going to be pictures. There's going to be different raffles. There's going to be autograph signings. It's going to be a good time. Players that have confirmed to me that they will be at the event: Hankins, Bilal Nichols, Andre James, Kendall Vickers, Jalen Richard, Neil Farrell Jr. I was also told that Nate Hobbs is a maybe. Johnathan Abram, maybe. Chandler Jones, also a maybe. So get your tickets right now at chatsports.com/burgers. I'm going to try to take down literally like 4 pounds of burgers and fries. It's not going to be pretty, but I'm going to have a good time, and it's for a charity. Scan this QR code. Get your tickets here. Hope to see you there. Let's go to some more losers. It's Denzelle Good, who hasn't participated at minicamp. And again, not that I'm surprised by this. He had his ACL surgery all the way back in week 1. Reports 2 months ago that he was 95% there. The reason why he's a loser so far is because John Simpson has been looking good, and according to a source, Simpson might be the strongest guy on the team. Dylan Parham has also been working at left guard, been working at center, been working at right guard. So for Denzel, where his contract, if you cut him, you save his entire deal, that makes him a loser. The next name coming up here, Jarrett Stidham. I was told that Nick Mullins is clearly more talented. However, Stidham is trying to help some of these other quarterbacks learn the system a little bit more. Josh McDaniels, after OTA, said that he likes the role that Stidham is playing. But from a real football standpoint, I am literally being told that Stidham is way behind Mullins, way behind Derek Carr. And the fact that Carr would welcome Kaepernick to the team, it's an interesting thing to think about. So how about this, y'all? Who's better? Be honest with me. Jarrett Stidham or Colin Kaepernick? Type JS for Jarrett Stidham. Type CK for Colin Kaepernick. The final minicamp loser is Trayvon Mullen, who is still recovering from his surgery. When you talk to a lot of the reporters out there, or when you listen to the reporters, what I should say, they can't stop talking about the defensive backs. Apparently, Nate Hobbs looks like a top 10 slot corner. Rocky Sin is soaking everything up like a sponge. Amik Robertson, versatility. I'm being told Darius Phillips, Anthony Averett, they also are playing well. Tyree Gillespie looks good. Like, the defensive back unit, it is hype season. But when you hear all these great things, and then Trayvon, who's been battling injuries, that's the biggest reason why I'm making him a loser. So one more time here, y'all. Raiders minicamp losers: Jacobs, the Raiders DTs, Denzelle Good, Jarrett Stidham, and Trayvon Mullen. And just like I asked you for the winners, here's your opportunity to go down in the comments right now of today's video and name a player you think is a minicamp loser. All right, y'all, I appreciate everyone who's tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like the video so I can win this likes battle in June. It's going to be a competitive one. Hopefully you join my event on Saturday in Las Vegas, and I'm hoping I can see some of these Raiders minicamp winners out there as well. We make a lot of different content here on the Raiders Report, so if you see, and if you could take a screenshot of my minicamp winners, if you could take a screenshot of the minicamp losers, post it on Twitter, post it on IG, tag me, tag Chat Sports, because the more the show grows, the more videos and content we can provide.